For the past 2 years, I've been living on my own, and I think it's fair to say I've had my fair share of loneliness. I understand how it feels. I know how it is to feel alone. I feel like no one in the world cares. I feel like there's no one else but you. And there's a few things you can do to get away from feeling that alone. Just for reference, the past, I'd say 6 months, I haven't for a second felt as lonely as I did before I did these things. So, one is understand that everyone feels this way. Once you understand that there's a lot of people that feel like this, even the people that have relationships, even the people who have got what seems to be an amazing family, they all feel alone. Some way or another, you feel alone. So don't feel like you're the only one. You're not. There's everyone else feels like this as well. Even the people who you think, wow, I wish I was that involved. They feel alone as well. They 100% feel alone, because in reality, when it comes to like going for our goals, achieving our goals, we're all alone, really. So the best thing to do is to first understand that you're not the only one. You're not alone, and there's plenty of people that are doing the exact same thing. Second, find a community. Find a community that is interested in the things you're interested in. That can be fishing, that can be cars, that can be anything that you're interested in, collecting, that could be literally anything. There's a community for it out there. And if you turn to something like Reddit, I can guarantee there's a community for it. Like literally everything that people have interests in, there's a community for on Reddit. Thirdly, start reaching out to more people. Like, talk to a more variety of people. This doesn't mean bring them into your inner circle, into your personal friend group. You don't have to do that, but keeping up consistent talk with different people is good, and people on different levels, because you can learn to adapt in a conversation. And the best thing about just talking to people is you can learn how to talk to people. You can learn how to be a chameleon and talk to people different ways. If someone talks really, really slow, you can talk on their level. If someone talks really, really fast, you can also be on their level as well. So the point is that the more practice you get talking to people, the less lonelier you feel. For the last 6 months, I've been reaching out to more and more people in my niche, so the videography space, reaching out to more people saying, hey, this is incredible what you're doing, or good job, and then I'll pick it up to, hey, can you tell me one piece of advice? I've reached out to a bunch of creatives who I take inspiration from, asked them for advice, and they've literally DM'd me back. So that's one thing as well. And I guess in the videography space as well, it's talking with clients, it's talking with people you work with. There's a whole world out there for you, and it's not just for my niche, it's for every other niche in the world. Whether your niche is fishing, I'm sure there's a bunch of fishing dudes on YouTube you can talk to and keep up some consistent communication with. They don't have to be in your inner circle, but if you're talking to them regularly, you won't feel as alone. This is what I'm saying. You don't have to have people in your inner circle. They don't have to be your friends for you to not feel lonely. Okay, so for the last 6 months, I haven't once felt lonely, but I've been living on my own this whole time. I have my cat, that's one thing, but I think if I didn't do any of that communication at all, if I never talked to anyone, then I'd feel horrible. I'd feel so depressed. I'd be like, I'm so lonely and I'm not talking to anyone. Well, of course you're lonely because you're not going out and actually talking to people. You need to actually go out and talk to people to not feel lonely. Okay, get it? Right? I know that you're probably an introvert, or you're probably like, oh, I'm going to click on this video and watch this video and find out how I can do this, but stay an introvert. You can still do that. Do it through social media. We have these tools. We have emailing. You don't have to see the person's face. You don't have to talk to them face to face, although I recommend you do, because you understand how to learn facial recognition, how to understand facial expressions, how to understand how people talk and how people are different people. And it's just it's just incredible to learn all those cool things, because you can adapt and you can understand how to talk to anyone. And once you can talk to anyone, you can do anything. You can absolutely smash it out of the park in terms of your goals. Like you want to be an athlete runner, start talking to those people, and like start reaching out to people who do that. Work your way up, and eventually, once you've talked to enough people, you might be sitting across from someone who you used to look up to, who is your absolute hero, and you're sitting across from them talking to them about the thing you love. So the point is, the reason you're feeling lonely is because you're not going out and talking to anyone. You're an introvert and you need to get out there. So go talk to people. All right, go talk to someone who understands what it's like. All right, if that means coming to my videos and talking to me about how you can grow and how you can get more confident, do it. Don't be afraid to drop a comment. There's a lot of people dropping comments these days, and they're more open to how they feel, and I love that. That's amazing, but we need more. We need more people to be, hey, I liked this part of the video for this reason, all right? Because the whole idea for me to do this is to help you guys grow, and that's what I'm trying to do here. Okay, go get it today. Make it your goal today to go find like 3 people and talk to them about your thing, okay? Once you do that, start working your way up. Try and get to yourself to a point where you're talking to like 10 or 20 different people regularly. I bet you won't feel lonely then. All right. I felt like that was a bit harsh. I'm sorry. Have a nice day.